So if we take my hose pipe from down here and then feed it in lower down, with a bit of luck, it should actually just fit straight onto this tap fitting. Oh, I like that. We do like that. Make sure there's no kinks in it. If you think there's going to be kinks in something like that, see how it's bent right tight, simply turn it around a bit more and you get a bit of a different angle on it, like that. So we'll get some water in here and we'll see if it flows. Now, if you're a bit like me and you've got one of these hose pipes with one of these sprayers on the end, maybe a little hand sprayer, or maybe a big sprayer, but it's probably a hand sprayer, and you want to take it off without running all the way back to the top, you can get these one-way flow valves. And what happens is, as soon as you disconnect your hand sprayer, it doesn't squirt out. Now that's great, until you want to put your hose pipe in your barrel. So what I use is, I use one of these little £1 things. They're for joining two hose pipes together, you know. But the minute I squirt that, put that in there, that's going to squirt out like a jet of water, and I'm going to get it as well. So here's a tip for you. If ever you're working with a hose pipe that's under pressure, bend the end, bend it back up again, and just hold it like that. You've stopped all the pressure of the water so you don't get wet. And the minute you release it, out comes your water. So we'll pop that into there. We'll give that a good filling. And then we'll check it in a few minutes and we'll see if actually we've got water coming down with little pipes. I hope we have, because I'm really excited by it. Okay, so I think we've probably got some. Yes, there's plenty in there to play with, isn't there? So I'll give this a bit of a turning on. Oh, you beautiful tap, you. I think that's probably full power. And then we'll pop down and check out the pipe. Okay, so here we go. You can see where the problem is I've got all of these tubs and shrubs here, all need watered. So my idea was that if I use this old drip watering system that I used to use many years ago, and I know it's a bit brittle and it's full of holes, but I've actually draped it through all of my plants, because when you're growing stuff in pots, it drinks a huge amount of water, you know, especially fruit bushes. And you can see the connections here very easily. Make a little hole in a hose pipe and the screw in. So if we follow this right through, hopefully the water will travel all the way through the hose pipe from the barrel that we've just been working on up there. Now, the thing to remember about this is that when you're working with water, you can make water travel uphill in a hose pipe, but it can never travel higher than the level of water in your barrel, because that's just against physics, like, isn't it? So just remember, elevate the barrel up, elevate your water supply, let gravity do all the work and water your plants beautifully. Here we go. And what have we got here? Oh, look at that. That's going to be beautiful when it opens, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. And down here, self-seeded hollyhocks. Absolutely lovely. You know, it's amazing, if you leave a little bit of raggy in your garden, the birds bring some beautiful plants in. Now, let's just have a look down here. Have we got any water coming out? Not a drop. Oh, because it's turned off, look. No, not a drop at the minute. But I do imagine there'll be a lot of air in the pipe that'll have to clear out first. So we'll just open off a few of these valves fully, and that might let some of the air come out. Let's go for a wander to the very end, because if the air's going to get trapped anywhere, it's going to be right down here, isn't it? Now I'm going to open up the one that's on the outside, because that way, I'm not going to open it, I am, because that way I'll be able to see at a glance if the water's actually found its way through yet. So we'll come back in a few minutes and see where it's up to. Now, someone asked me the other day about companion planting. Well, here you are. Now, what better companion planting can you get for an apple tree? I jokingly call this my orchard, you know. It's because I've got so much fruit in it. But you can see that I don't get too worried if the odd nettle gets in. In fact, all I'll do is I'll harvest it. Now, I've started tidying back this quite old lavender, and it is quite old. I mean, it's got to be 15, 16, 17 maybe. It's still flowering beautifully, and it does a lovely job, but it is, well, you can see the amount of dead that's in there now. So at the end of this year, we're going to take this all out, really because we're getting some work done. I'm going to put a pergola up there. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to grow up it, but Debbie's not going to be happy. And then I'll dig this out and we'll reset the whole thing again with lavender, because the bees know where this lavender is and I don't want to disappoint them. One of my favourite plants at the moment is clematis. It's because not only are they incredibly beautiful, but they just look after themselves, don't they? I mean, you couldn't arrange a flower to look as beautiful as a rambling clematis. I just don't think it's possible. And that little bee down there, he probably agrees. Oh, now look at that. Doesn't that look promising? Can you see it? We call that water where I come from. Yep, there's water coming out there. Now I know that the end of the pipe is open, so I expect there should be a lot of water coming out of there. There it is. Excellent. Well, there you go. Everything's tested. Everything's working okay, and now all the plants in the orchard, all the tubs, are all being watered by a drip feed system from rainwater. Now I'm probably going to put a few more little tubs in between these bigger ones, maybe with some herbs in. But there's enough extra drops on that irrigation pipe to just drop them in as well. Now all I have to do is keep my eye on that barrel and then connect into it from the overhead rainwater pipe as soon as I can. And that'll give me a limitless supply, because this is Scotland, of fresh rainwater for the garden. Now I plan on doing the same elsewhere in the garden too, and let's be honest, I plan on doing it everywhere I can. Because if I can sit here with a cup of coffee and just look at the plants watering themselves, do you know what, that's a happy day for me. So the next challenge will be to get the greenhouse watering all the tomatoes and all the peppers and the cucumbers automatically. See you soon. Bye-bye.